Hey guys, iPod Crabber King here. Today I'm going to be doing a review of the Fanny Wang DJ 2003 headphones, which you can buy for about $250 on Fanny Wang's website, which I'll provide a link for you to buy this product down in the description. So before I start the review part of the video, I thought it was worth mentioning to say that I'm an average consumer and I'm by no means an audiophile or audio expert of any sort. This is really my first pair of high-priced and professional headphones, and I'm just gonna judge this review off a user's perspective and how you would use the headphones. So you're not gonna hear any of that cool, audio terms or anything. This is just gonna be my perspective on it and how I use my headphones and how you will most likely. So with all that out of the way, I'm just gonna get into the review part of the video. So these are the Fanny Wang over-ear 2003 headphones. They make the 1000s, which are on-ear, the 2000s, which are these, and these are over-ear, and then the 3000s are the same things as the 2000s, except they have ANC, or active noise cancellation. But these do sell for $250, but can be had for about $180 on Amazon, which I'll provide a link for you to buy that, on that retailer down in the description as well. But this is the case. I actually should probably close this up first. Taking a look around the case, I mean, it's a pretty big case, and this is a pretty big set of headphones, which I will show you in a minute. But as you can see, it's pretty exponential. If I get my iPhone over here and compare it, this does have a case on it, but it's about the same size. So that is something worth noting. It isn't as small as I would like. However, like I said, this is big headphones and has this collapsing folding mechanism, which could be one of the reasons. This is the black model, so you will get a black case. However, if you get like a lighter model, such as red, I believe you will get a white case. Which white does tracks fingerprints and dirt, but I'm happy that it came with a black one. Now the material is not that protective, and it does really squish the headphones, as this is a pretty tight seal, even though it is pretty big. I do kind of am cautious putting my headphones in here, so it will damage the cushions and the pleather and the cushions. But it's not really a bad thing, and the cushions do, seal back up, or build back up. But that's still something worth noting. And this is a okay case for what it is. It does come with it though, so you can't really argue too much. Already 2 minutes into the review, I just talked about the case. So we're gonna jump right into this by opening up and unveiling the headphones. So there they are. These are the Fanny Wangs. And while I'm doing this review, might as well worth noting, I do not know why they named their company Fanny Wang. It's actually kind of stupid, I think, Wang. It even says on the box, rock your wangs. I don't know what they're talking about. Maybe it's easy to remember. But anyway, we're going to put the headphones to the side for a minute and talk about the cable, which you can hold your cable in this part of the case right here. Move this case away for a side and take a look at the cable. I'll zoom in once again. But this cable is pretty long. I mean, it's not so long that it's annoying and obtrusive when you don't need it that long. But it's not coiled, so I do prefer that. So it's not like a DJ style cable, but it is long enough, but isn't so long that it's annoying, like I said. So the length is probably 3 feet, maybe, I guess. Probably something like that. It's kind of like color-coded, half white and half black, which is kind of cool. You got a gold-plated tip, which is very nice. Has a little design on the tip right there. It won't get in focus. Then at the end, we have a duo jack, which is really cool. So you can plug other headphones into these headphones and then listen to the same audio source, which is kind of neat. That's always a welcome feature. Go down to the cable, and we will notice we have a volume control. So I have up, down, and play, pause, as well as a microphone. This design looks a bit clunky and a little unclean. Not too big a fan of this. It does the job quite well, as you would think. Now we're going to get into the main attraction of the show, and that is the Fanny Wangs. Here are the Fanny Wangs. Now, these are really similar to the Beats by Dr. Dre, and that's kind of not what they were going for, but it really seems like they copied, or not necessarily copied, because they do look slightly different in some aspects, such as the waved headband and the kind of reservoir cups, but generally they look quite similar. And I actually believe that the manufacturer of Beats by Dre also made these. Not 100% sure on that, but I do believe I heard that somewhere. So that's worth noting. A lot of people think that, they look so similar that they're just copying them, and you shouldn't get them because it's like they completely copied Beats by Dre. But that's always one thing I liked about Beats by Dre, and that was the style and the design, because they honestly were the nicest looking headphones I've ever seen, and you know, nicer than these more professional and less known companies such as Audio-Technica, Sennheiser, RHA, Acoustics, and you know, those kind of companies. But these headphones really do look very nice. And so as far as design goes, yeah, they look similar to Beats by Dre, but honestly, I thought that was a step in the right direction. And you know, they're not completely similar, as this does, like I said, a waved headband and a matte finish compared to the glossy finish on most Beats by Dre's, which I do prefer the matte. It hides fingerprints a lot more than the Studios or the Solos or anything like that. But you know, that's good. So I like the matte finish, and I like the reservoir in the cups. This does take batteries, which you basically slide that open. It doesn't take batteries for the active noise cancellation, but it does for bass booster, which I'll get to that in the music portion of the video. But design, they look very nice. These are pleather ear cups. Then we have this kind of rubberized headband found in the Solo HDs. We have this metal, or aluminum, I guess you should say, headband, so that's that. It's a nice brushed metal, as well as that. So overall construction on these headphones are really, really good. They're not any cheap. They're made out of plastic, but these are metal. The drivers, I'm guessing, are metal, and honestly, it's really built well. I'm not going to do a full stress test. I bet you can find those more on YouTube and other sites, but they really do fit to any kind of size head, and they work really well and should just hold up normal wear and tear. Even if you are kind of a destructive person, they should hold up nicely, as some people say they're more durable than Beats by Dre. I got that from that snazzy iPhone guy when he reviewed the 2001s, which I can believe, because these are absolutely very durable. We have isolating ear cups right here, well, rotating, and they absolutely work very well as far as durability, and should be able to take a beating if you throw them in their bag, your purse, your merch, your man bag, whatever. These are pretty durable headphones. So these are very, very big and very, very heavy. The bigness part definitely is noticeable when you're walking in public. So these are pretty big headphones, and it's something worth noting when you're buying these. You probably will be noticed a lot, but these aren't very flashy. They're kind of just slate, you know, looking headphones. They look very nice and stylish, not too flashy, but the biggest thing is the size. It's pretty exponential, as well as the weight. Now, that doesn't really affect the comfort, which I was surprised with, because these are pretty heavy. I mean, they're not really heavy, but they are fairly heavy headphones, and it honestly doesn't affect the weight that much, just because of the ear cups are very, very soft, as you can see right there. The headband is rubber, and I was using these headphones about 3 hours on a car ride, and the headband is really the only spot where I felt that they were actually hurting. It wasn't really a big deal though, and all you really had to do was just take it out, you know, take off your headphones and rest for like 10 seconds, put them back on, and you can listen to your music. But especially if you have your music loud and you're really into it, you probably won't notice it. And comfort on these headphones really shouldn't worry you, as they are pretty comfortable and cozy. They're kind of like earmuffs, since they're so big and they fit your ears really good. It's kind of funny, but that's that. So comfort, very good. Build quality, very good. When I got these, this is kind of build quality issue. They did have a dent up here. Now, I think it did get better, and this may get filled with air over time. But putting it in the case probably does affect that, as far as bending the top little indent right there. That was just a little minor issue. It might have happened during shipping. Doesn't really matter, and doesn't affect the headphones' performance at all. So we're 9 minutes and 30 seconds in the review. We didn't even talk about the main thing, and that is sound quality. Now, I didn't really have actually any problems with the Apple earbuds. Many people thought they sounded like crap or built like crap and just were horrible headphones, even for a bundle for stock headphones that came with your device. But I honestly didn't have any problem with those. I mean, they worked well. They sounded good. They sounded they just worked well. I didn't really find anything bad about them until I compared them to some headphones like these. And these aren't top headphones as far as sound quality, as you know, they are sort of celebrity endorsed fashion kind of headphones that you can get better sound quality out of stuff like ATH M50s, Sennheiser SRH 840s, I believe, and other headphones like that. But these are good, especially for the looks and design. And I was about to get the ATH M50s, but then I didn't really think they looked good, and that's something that I did want to. I don't want, that's something that I did want to pay attention to. I didn't want to look like a weird guy with weird-looking, unusual headphones. I just wanted, normal. I wanted sleek. I wanted good-looking headphones, but I also wanted good-looking sound quality, which is why I got these over, the Audio-Technica ATH M50s. And sound quality is good. It's really good, especially with this bass booster and on-off. But you have on, which lights up blue, off, and bass booster. This is bass booster. These do require batteries, but like I said, not for active noise cancellation. Basically, you have to slide this that way. Pop your batteries in, I believe, 2 AAAs. Slide it that way. So that's that. These batteries are not required, which is good. However, volume is really flat. It's very, very not loud. And it really doesn't sound as good as if you have it on, which on is better for rock, jazz, classical, anything that isn't too bass heavy. With on mode, I listen to some Linkin Park, I listen to 3 Days Grace, any kind of rock, and kind of hard rock. I listened to it with that, which didn't have much bass. But the vocals were very clear with this mode. Everything was relatively flat. However, you could definitely hear the separation between instruments with that. So it worked very well. It was very clear. It not as much bass. I mean, it still had bass, but if you want bass, you're gonna have to switch it to bass booster, which does increase the bass by 8 decibels. And honestly, I'd say you're gonna have to actually notice the bass increase if you have it on 50% or higher. If you have it on like 40 and then turn it to bass boost, I think all you notice is a volume increase. But if you have it on like 50 or higher, these headphones are loud, so 50 is a decent, moderate listening to level of volume. But if you have it on that, and you turn it up to bass boost, you will notice just an increase of bass, and the boom is really there. And it is better for stuff like hip hop, rap, dubstep. I listen to all those genres with it, and they worked really well. It really did deliver bass there, and which later when I found out when I listened to the Apple earbuds, they sounded really tingy, and pretty much bass wasn't even present. So it's pretty nice having actually a bass response in some headphones. So while I'm talking about audio, I might as well talk a little bit about leakage and how these do perform as far as leaking, or as well as external noise getting in your headphones and intrusiveness in your music. So as far as leakage goes, pretty much all headphones leak to a certain point. 50%, yeah, they leak. 75%, you can hear them if it's quiet, around. And it's like that for all headphones. But with these, I felt that they were good. They were good. I mean, I put those on. Me and my mom were walking, and then I put them on. And I said it was like 55%, 60%. And I said, "Can you hear me?" And then I took the headphones off, and she said, "No, I could barely hear you." And she was like a couple inches away from my, my ears to see if she heard it. But that was walking, and honestly, I don't think she has very good ears. But then my brother put it on about 75, or no, I put it on about 75, and he said, yeah, he could hear it pretty clearly. He's like, these don't do very good with leaking. Then my dad put them on, and then they were all different results. But I found that when my friend put them on and I could hear it, they leak to a certain point. Yeah, pretty much all headphones do, but it wasn't anything like the Studios or anything, huge like that. It was just a regular problem, and it was pretty, average for these headphones. So do they leak? Yeah. Are they bad? No, not really. These aren't active noise cancellation headphones, but as far as noise getting in, if you have these on with no music playing, everything pretty much outside you is a little muffled. You can still hear them clearly. Well, not really clearly, but you can still hear what they're saying. But it's just a little more mute. When you have these on and it's about 50% or higher, you really can't hear that much. And I guess if it was really loud, you could, and if someone was talking to you indirectly in your ear, you could hear them clearly. but honestly, these do have a pretty good seal around your ear that it wasn't much of a problem. And honestly, I don't really think you should pay for active noise cancellation, because apparently, as far as all these audiophile people on YouTube say, it drowns out a lot of the vocals. It mixes them together and doesn't sound as real as these headphones, or as headphones without ANC. And these do have a pretty good sealant around your ear, so it will sound pretty good nonetheless. So, you know, they sound good. Could you get better headphones? Yeah. Well, could you get better sounding headphones? Yeah. Could you probably get a better value? Sure. But honestly, the build quality and design is one thing I was going for with these headphones. And I also want the sound to matter, and it does matter, and it does sound good with these, but you could probably find better headphones as far as sound quality in this price range, $250 or $180 on Amazon. But that's that. Like I said, I'm not an audio expert, so I probably didn't cover the in-depth audio stuff, but it was good. It wasn't as different as I thought it would be, like as amazing as I thought it would be. No, all the audiophiles I listened to, they said, you know, they cannot stand Apple earbuds, and they absolutely thought they sound terrible, and you can't listen to them, you have to throw them away. And I was kind of expecting that, and since I'm an average consumer and didn't really notice a difference between audios, you know, I'm not really audiophile, like I said many times, so I didn't notice as much as difference I was hoping to. However, they definitely sound good, and there are some respectable headphones in this price range. So, do I recommend these? Yeah. If you're looking at Beats, definitely check these out. You know, it's an alternative to Beats, which basically, they look as good as Beats, you know, they're built as good as Beats, but they sound a lot better than Beats. So that's why I got these over Beats, or Audio-Technica AT Infinities, or all those kind of other headphones. I got these just because of some reasons, which I stated previously in this video. So, sorry for the really long video. I do really in-depth reviews, and not in-depth, but I just kind of ramble along as I want. That's about it for this video. If you enjoy the videos, please like it and subscribe up above. That will let you know when I post a new video. That's about it, guys. About covering, I'll catch you guys. Frick, do they leak?